Hey everybody, this is Tara from Tara's Truths. Today is Saturday, January 1st, 2022. So welcome to the new year. Yeah. So I have a special guest with me again today. I have Divine Masculine Brian, who just ran away for a second. He's back now.
Hi.
And we're going to be doing a reading together. So again, I don't really know how this is going to play out. We're just going to kind of wing it and see how it goes.
All right.
So did you want to show a picture?
Oh yeah. I thought since you only get to see our hands, I thought it would be nice to show you a picture of us. This is when we were in Ithaca, New York, which is one of our favorite places in the whole world. Near where I grew up. That's us.
Yay!
Yay! It was a really good trip for us.
Yeah, it was a really good one.
Yep, spent a lot of time in the water.
Oh yeah.
So where do you want to begin today?
I don't know.
You always begin with the connection. Let's start with
do.
masculine or feminine.
You think? Okay.
Yeah,
We could do that.
Let's shake it up.
We're gonna shake it up for the new
For
year.
the new year. Yeah.
All right, so this reading is for those of you who are on whatever you want to call it, Divine Counterpartnership, Twin Flame, or Soul Connection, whatever, or if this resonates just for you to come into balance within yourself, your masculine and feminine. We all have masculine energy, we all have feminine energy, it's the yin and the yang. But in a romantic connection, one person tends to have more of the masculine energy, while the other one will have the feminine energy. You don't necessarily have to be male to have the masculine, and vice versa for the female. So this works for every type of connection, whether you're homosexual, heterosexual, whatever. So take this however it applies to you. All right, you're going to just see our follies and antics on here. So,
Let's start with the masculine.
okay. So this is for the week of, today is a new moon. So a couple things let's start with. So today is a new moon. So it's a really good time for planting seeds, setting intentions for what you want to come up for you, to grow for this cycle coming up.
Coincides perfectly with the new year.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Thank you.
Sure.
Love it. Love when you jump right in my mind. Also, today also starts where when I follow my shamanic tradition, today also starts the Earth spiral. So January, February, March is 3 months of the Earth spiral. So that means that the Earth is very, very prevalent in these, whereas the 3 months preceding this one was the fire spiral. And I think I talked about a lot of transformation during that. Like when something is put into a fire, it comes out on the other side completely different than what it started as. So, you know, we're finally out of that, and now we're getting more grounded. So I was kind of inspired to do some different decks. So I'll list them in the description box below if I remember. So
She won't.
All right, so masculine. Why don't you start? You're the masculine.
No, you do the masculine. I want to do the feminine today.
All right. Well, you're the masculine. You don't want to start?
No, I'd like you to begin.
All right. So this is the...
You're the expert at this.
Yeah, please. You're pretty sharp. I don't know what you're talking about. So this is the Light Seers Tarot. So let's see. Calling in... So this is for the Divine Feminine. So what do we have for the Divine Feminine, in store for the Divine Feminine from the week of January 1st through the
January
8th?
1st through the 8th.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go through the 8th. All right.
Oh, you got one.
I got too many.
Okay.
All right, let's see. So this is for the Divine Feminine from January 1st to the 8th. Let's see. Oh, there it goes. All right. Let's see what we got. So we have Seven of Cups, Temperance, Star and the King of Cups. That's such a
I
weird
like
angle.
these this way.
This is my reading.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it started with the Seven of Cups, yeah. See, I'm used to this over here, so I'm reading backwards.
Yes. To me, temperance follows the Seven of Cups. Like here you have all these options that could be overwhelming.
I did start the set with the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups was the first one I flipped over, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I see. All right, I put it backwards. I see what you're saying. All right, never mind.
Because I think of the Seven of Cups as options which could be overwhelming. So it takes temperance to really reflect and analyze all your options before you. This is for the masculine, right?
No, you told me to do the feminine first.
No, I said the masculine.
Oh,
Because I wanted to do the
You're
feminine.
right.
Are you doing the feminine?
Apparently, I called in for the feminine.
Okay, well, that's fine then.
I got so confused. See, I'm all discombobulated because I start with the connection. You ruined my masculine flow.
Hey, you go where the cards take you. So this is for the feminine.
Okay, yes, I did call in for the feminine. You did tell me to read for the masculine, too. I'm so confused.
That's okay.
All right.
I can read for the masculine.
Oh, how about why don't you read them for the feminine? Because you already started reading. You said you wanted to read for the feminine, so you started, and then you could just throw cards on top.
Well, I just think the Seven of Cups is, like I said, it's, there's a lot of options, a lot of things coming at you, and that can be overwhelming. So temperance helps you to remember to reflect and think about it without not losing yourself to all that's before you. I think especially now, it seems like everyone has so much going on in their lives.
Seriously.
I mean, I just feel like everyone I know is going through so many things, and it's like there's a lot of people dealing with all kinds of grief and just things in their lives, and it's like a time we want to connect with each other to help us through it, and of course COVID is making that difficult to connect.
Yeah.
So I think a little temperance is good for that.
Yeah.
And temperance, of course, is all about balance too. It's not just about tempering. It's about finding a balance between all these things that are going on, and we're trying to look at everything at once. But the star gives us a great deal of hope. Star is, it's telling us to have faith that the universe is going to we could trust in the universe to be with us and know that we're going to figure it out. It's kind of like we walk hand in hand. Not necessarily fate, but that we're guided along our path, and we have a light to kind of guide us along the way, if we remember to not lose ourselves in the process to all of this that's going on before us. I do like this deck. I like the way they really like the cups, how they all are in the sand.
Yeah. I love this deck.
And the way this is set up too, it's almost like, you think of sandcastles, and it's something that's, a sandcastle is something that's tangible, but it's fleeting.
It's temporary, yeah.
And it's like these things that seem so solid and important, he's built these structures with the cups and the sand, and it's like, but it's temporary. It's not perhaps as as important as they may seem to us when we look at them all at once. It's not, we tend to be overwhelmed by the options before us sometimes, and if we can temper ourselves, we can kind of see that there's more to the picture. Now this is the feminine reading, so I always wonder. I have a difficulty because I'm newer to this. When I see the King of Cups, sometimes something jumps right out at me, and other times I wonder if. Do you tend to look at the King of Cups as a masculine influence in the feminine's life, or do you look at it as her own power? Or a message to her specifically, or does it just depend on the?
It depends on what's going on in the reading.
Yeah. The mantra I always think of when I see the King of Cups is that the King of Cups is like the perfect balance between the heart and the executive. You can be decisive but compassionate at the same time. Wise and calm. And that's kind of how this progresses. You have the overwhelming options, you temper yourself, you trust in the universe, and you're able to calmly make your decisions while being aware of, the people around you, and remaining compassionate and leading with your heart in a thoughtful way, though. Not having a strong heart, but also balancing that with a thoughtful intention. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
These four flow very much together for me.
Good,
There's a
because
progression.
I was having a hard time following it, to be honest. See, so you said you wanted to read for the feminine. I pulled for the feminine, so that's kind of an interesting mix. Do you want to throw?
There's a lot of cups energy in it.
Yeah, I thought that. And
was there something that struck you when you pulled them?
No, but after you started talking about them, I did notice how we have the 7 and the King, and then like the Star and the Temperance. I like it because it's like exactly like what was Brian was saying, like just this overwhelming sense of all these emotions that you're just having such a hard time sorting out, like almost like that the Temperance is, you're in this state because things are still being tempered out, but once you get through it and once the Star leads you to where you need to be, you're gonna find yourself in a state of calm. So this week might start off like, just all willy-nilly crazy emotions kind of thing, especially with this new moon energy a lot of times,
Yes.
Especially feminines, because we do cycle. It's like we go into that deep dark place of within ourselves, because the new moon, think about it, the moon is almost, I wanted to say silent, which is really interesting, because that sun, which is the masculine energy, is always like, going, and it casts its light. The moon reflects the light from the sun. So the earth now is in between those two. So the sun is not able to, the moon is not able to reflect the light back. So
Right.
even though we don't see that sun, it's always burning, which is, if you think about it, the sun is a star.
Of course.
So that star is always burning. That sun is constantly burning. But
and even when it's in shadow.
Exactly. So the moon being silent, it's almost like it's just a time to just kind of go within, deep within, and just be silent and listen and hear all the things that are being all the things you're feeling, like pay attention to them, because it's important. It's important for you to understand all of your emotions, even the darker ones, like the sadness, the grief, the anger, the frustration, the jealousy, all the little things that you may be going through. And not to forget, make sure you don't forget the happy, the joyful, the gratitude, the silly, those kinds of things as well. That you're able to do that, because the king, like Brian was saying, is the master. He masters all of the emotions, the whole spectrum of emotions. I read like the kings as it could be masculine energy, and I do feel like that. I like this because the King of Cups, the king is the masculine energy, but yet cups is a feminine energy. So it's almost like this is the balance of the two. It's almost like kind of like it's saying like, look, you're being guided to feel all these feelings because it wants you to temper this so you can come into balance within yourselves, feminines. So find that balance of the masculine within you.
Right. And cups not only feminine but receptive,
yes,
as well.
Yes. Like the moon.
I look at this too and think about it, thinking of a new year, a new moon. I think of this also, I mean, as I'm thinking about it further, this might not necessarily even be options before you, but the idea that you want to do something new.
Yeah.
Like it's a time where you're thinking of, what can I do new? How can I, what options are before me that I can explore? Not things that are necessarily overwhelming you that have been in front of you, but what new endeavors could I partake? Like in being overwhelmed in which direction to go forward.
Yeah.
And
that's
again, tempering that and rather than thinking of everything you could possibly do, thinking of what will help you most to balance and grow within yourself going forward to get you to this point.
Yeah.
Like what new endeavors are actually going to help you grow.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Nice. You want to throw some cards on top?
Sure, you want me to?
Sure, go for it.
I like your trees. I got a tree deck. You want to tell them about this deck? Because it's new to me.
It's
This
the
is the
Soul Tree
deck.
Oracle deck from Allison Williams Yee. So this is the same deck that I've used in a lot of my readings. Pretty much, I think every one.
A nice lady gave them to me for Christmas.
That would be me. It was a Christmas gift. He commented how he liked them. So nice.
Honor yourself and inner power.
Yep.
Well, that kind of flows perfectly. Thank you, Soul Trees.
You're welcome.
So we have, I'm using the window to guide me. We have your honor yourself, which is kind of like what I was saying about these may not be things that are in your environment, but things that are ideas that you're having that are new. And honoring yourself to, as you contemplate what might be, you might take on that's new in your life. And inner power, let's see, I hope you can see that. Inner power being this here, this trust in the universe, trust in the divine, to know that you're not alone on your path, that you can be, that you're being guided forward through the power of the star, through the knowledge that the universe wants you to succeed. It wants you to move forward in the best possible way.
Love it.
Why don't you, how about a moon card?
I was just thinking that.
Well, how about that?
Feminines, right?
Feminines, yeah. Let's not switch it again now that we're this far ahead.
What do you want to tell the feminists with the moon?
Oh, jeez.
I got two. Believe in the impossible, blue moon. Did I get it?
Yep.
Okay. Nice. Believe in the impossible, blue moon. And then a time for healing, balsamic moon.
Balsamic.
Yep. Do I have it? I can't see.
There you go.
Oh, yay. Look at that. Nice. That's a beautiful
A
card.
time for healing?
A time for healing. Balsamic moon. That's really cool.
It is a time for healing in the new year.
Exactly.
I don't, it's such an arbitrary thing, the new year.
Yeah. Oh.
There you go. Such an arbitrary thing, the new year, but, it has the significance we lend to it.
Yes. Yes.
And anything that can cause us to reflect and kind of renew ourselves is, even if it's arbitrary, it could be a very positive moment.
Mm-hmm.
I feel really positive this new year.
Yeah.
I mean, last year was a good year,
Mm-hmm.
but it was also a very challenging year for both
God.
of us. And
Yeah.
like I said before, for many people I know,
Yeah.
seems like everyone had some really serious challenges this year. A lot of loss and just
A lot of loss.
a lot of challenges.
I think this year actually is going to start off as challenging for the changes from all the losses that have been occurring. I think people are going to really have to kind of regroup. I think that's what this is maybe saying, that there's just a lot of new stuff that's going to come up. Like I see this as new things coming up and new emotions, and that could be this from all the loss that has occurred. Like, it's almost like, and I go to this and I use this analogy a lot, but I really like it. It's like the snow globe, and you shake it up, and then now it's just like snowing everywhere, and until it lands and falls in its place, you don't really know what pieces are missing or what you have or where you're going. And sometimes you just have to stand in the snow and let everything fall before you can figure it out. It's like a tower moment. You got to let all the dust settle before you can start to plant or like even to consider planting,
But like the snow globe, when it finally settles, it's always okay.
Right, exactly. It always lands where it's supposed to.
Right.
Yeah, same with the tower. Those tower moments are the same thing. So I think for this new year coming up, I like the fact that you're saying you're positive, and I am too. But I'm also very, I'm feminine, so I'm in my dark moon. So right now I don't really feel a whole hell of a lot of positivity, to be honest.
Well, and that's the thing. All these options,
right.
All these things, all these feelings going on,
Mm-hmm.
and even with so much present,
Mm-hmm.
you can still be lost at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
Because it's sorting through. You don't know what you have until you actually read everything that's around you.
and sometimes even abundance itself, you could get lost
It's
in.
overwhelming, yeah. Yep. That's a good point. Overabundance of anything is confusing.
Yeah. That's where temperance comes into play.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, so I think this year is exactly that. It's going to be a time for healing. But believe the impossible. I think that, things that have been that have come up and from loss, if you've suffered a loss or a major shift in your life, I've been saying for months now about these energetic shifts and these portals that we've been walking through, that there's been this big change. And I really think that that's what this is. This is more of that. This is, we've stepped through that portal, and now we walk through. So
And there are a lot of portals at the end of a year.
Yes.
That kind of
Yep.
prepares you for the new year.
For the next round. So whatever cycle we're coming into now, I think is I think it's going to be going faster than what we think. I think to get to the portal was longer than once we're through it. And I think for the most part now, I think we're kind of through the portal. You know, there might be some people that are still going through and they have like a couple portals to go through or a couple doorways to head through. But for the most part, I think most of the earth is kind of feeling this shift. I hope so anyway.
Good.
Yeah.
You think we need anything else here?
Well, I said it's the earth spiral, so let's throw an earth card down. Oh, you did with the trees. This is what I wanted to end it with. Let's get a, this is Spirit of the Animals Oracle by Jodi Bergsma, Bergsma.
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 That's how I'd say it.
Okay. So there's like some nice little sayings on these. It is a very big deck. Woo!
Whoops.
It's a very big deck. And I'm told you're supposed to do this.
Okay. Why? Because I got bigger hands?
No. It just said let the man pick. So, advice for the feminine.
Yeah. I don't know. Wanted me to pick this one.
No, there you go. You want to read it?
I'll show everyone first. Hope you can see that. Is Dragonfly Magic. And it says,
I embrace my transformation.
I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed.
There you go.
That's very good. That resonates with yeah.
Believing in the impossible and the time for healing.
And with the star too, really.
Yeah.
Trusting in the universe. Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
Magic.
Yay.
There's magic.
Yeah. There is.
There is.
So this might be a good mantra for you feminines out there. Let's see. You can read it. Just trying to get the saying.
Hold on, the light's reflecting.
Okay,
There
yeah,
we
I
go.
can't see that.
I could see it in the
Okay.
reflection.
Yeah, I can't see that clearly in the reflection.
Well,
Nice. Okay.
okay.
Masculines.
I should do the masculine then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, pull the... Why not? Let's go for it.
Okay. I'm using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot deck, which is, if I could say his name correctly, Ciro Marcelli.
Sure.
I believe that's how you say it. I'm not Italian. He's rather well known, though. He's done a lot of tarot decks.
Is it C-E-L-L-I?
Ciromarcelli.
Marcelli?
Marcelli.
M-A-R-C?
I think it would be Ciro Marcelli.
Okay.
Or Ciro Marcelli.
Is it C... What, how do you spell the last name? Let me see. I need visuals. Marchetti?
Marchetti.
Ciro Marchetti?
I think it's Ciro Marchetti.
Maybe. Sure.
This is his deck.
It's him.
And I'm doing the feminines.
Masculines.
Oh, right. Well, I'm going to say feminine and then switch it like you did.
No, I said I was calling for the feminines, but as I was
So what am I
shuffling,
doing?
Masculines.
Okay,
as you're
masculines.
shuffling.
What do we have for the masculines? Okay. Oh, wow. The Emperor,
There you go, masculines.
the Sun, and the Eight of Wands.
Wow.
That is a lot of fire
Masculine energy
and power.
right there.
Well, you have 3 fire cards and 2 obviously very masculine, divine masculine cards. And then here you have the speed and the action.
Yeah, I call that as the masculine ejaculation card.
Well,
I say that all the time. All right. Should I start?
Sure, I started for the feminine. Why not?
All right. So masculines, you're just in your masculine energy. Your masculine power is very, very strong. You're starting the year off hitting the ground running, so to speak. You know, I'm kind of getting to that this is just all male, like all masculine, all things masculine. So I'm kind of wondering what's behind this. Like, why is there so much masculine energy here? It almost feels like it might be a little out of balance. It also might be like that masculines are kind of dominating the arena, if that is the right way to put it. Maybe this is asking everybody to pay attention to the masculine energy. I need more information. Why we have all these masculine cards.
You gonna pull something out of there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what we get. I'm going back to light seers. I need more information. 4 of Cups.
Which we were just talking a lot about.
We were talking a lot about the 4 of Cups.
Where is she looking in this one? She's not looking at any of them.
She's not looking at anything, nope.
Well, that's funny.
Yep.
Tara and I were talking a lot about the 4 of Cups. In some decks, it seems they're looking at the 3 cups on the ground. And in other decks, they're looking at the cup that is... How would you describe the cup that's floating?
Being offered.
Being offered.
Yeah.
In this one, she's not looking at any of the cups. So there you go. And I think what we decided was there are a lot of, when they're looking at the 3 on the ground, it could be they're missing the one that's being offered. If they're looking at the one that's being offered, they're missing the reality before them. But in all the cases, it's about being aware of everything in your surroundings.
A lot of Wands energy.
There is a lot of Wands energy. Which ones did you get? 5 and 3.
So, like I said, I was wondering what this was. It's almost like I'm kind of getting like a feeling of apathy with this. Like there's just like shut down. Like I said, like there's something behind this, but I feel like there's a lot of inner work going on. Because to me, this 5 of Wands...
Inner work to maintain the masculine or to
I'm not really sure.
Get there?
Yeah, I'm not really sure yet, but like...
See, because this to me implies inner work.
Yes, me too. That's exactly why I said that. That's interesting. You see it the same. Yeah, and then wanting to, like, waiting for, like, the next spark of inspiration is kind of what I'm getting. So it's almost like masculines, it's like you're just kind of going through the motions. That's why I said, like, this to me felt empty. This felt like almost like a mask. This is almost like what, like, the masculine energy feels like it's supposed to be versus what it is. Because, like, kind of how I read this is like that the true divine masculine is the Emperor and the Sun. That's the true divine. But when it's coming down to the tangible, all that's coming out is the sex, the sexual energy. That's why I kind of got that from. So it's almost like the human part is translating this divinity into like the sexual energy, which may not necessarily be a bad thing, except, like I said, there was something behind it. And I feel like the feeling behind it is emptiness, like this apathy, almost like you've taken the the true meaning of what it means to be a divine masculine out of it, or for some reason you just feel this way right now, like that this is part of your cycle, this is what you're going through, like you might just be going through the motions, like Brian was saying earlier about like going through, like everybody, a lot of people he knows is going through some kind of loss or something. So it might be like you're just kind of like going through the motions of like having, like a strong persona, or like sticking with, like what or whatever, in order to move through this so you can get to the next spark of intuition or spark of inspiration. And you're feeling uninspired is kind of what I'm getting. So you're sticking to routine, to what and it's moving at a very fast rate. And I feel like I do also feel like that this Eight of Wands energy is going to tell you it is going to move through quickly. Like, so that whatever this feeling is, because it's almost like this is what is holding this up. Whatever this is, this apathy and whatever you have to move through, you're going to work through it quickly. And your ship is going to come in pretty quickly. You're going to get that spark of inspiration. Maybe by week's end, maybe by month's end. I think it's going to be pretty quick. I think it's going to be quicker than you realize. That's kind of what I'm getting with this. Where you want to go?
Well, I wonder also, is it that the masculine is being called to be a masculine at this time? And is putting a lot of energy into being a strong masculine, while not necessarily dealing with his own internal conflicts. Like he is being a strong masculine, and there's a lot going on, and what you say, you see like something hidden, and maybe what that is that in being strong for others, he's not working through, he's not getting to his own stuff yet. And that's where this comes in.
Like he's turning a blind eye to what he needs to do for himself. Like that's what the apathy is for. He's being
It's not apathy
like that he doesn't
towards
care.
others. It's apathy in that, I don't even know if I'd call it apathy, but perhaps
turning
apathy towards his own needs.
Yeah, not paying attention to what his needs are, kind of like turning a blind eye to what he really
But it's
needs.
not a loss, because this is telling me that what he's doing in this process is learning to expand. He's learning that in working through all of this, he's expanding, but he's still waiting for something. He's not comfortable.
Yes.
He still has the strong masculine energy
supporting him.
Right, but he's waiting for something. He's not, there's something that's missing.
Maybe that's what this is. Maybe he's being...
Well, I think things are moving so fast that he hasn't had time for himself. Can I pull one of these?
Yeah, go for it. I like that. I actually really like that a lot better.
I mean, because this shows that the masculine, I mean, these two together show that the masculine power is strong. It's not, it's not that, I mean, that energy is there.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's guiding him for sure. It's just how it's interpreted.
Oh, I got some. And look at that.
Nice.
See? Tranquility. A moment of solitude. A moment just to collect your thoughts and refresh so that you can stay strong in this. what's the other one?
Communication.
Communication.
Wow.
And that may be what is being, this here, this waiting for something, this waiting for something could be waiting for something more passive, like tranquility. Like not waiting for something to come, but waiting for this energy to slow down.
To work through.
Right.
Yeah.
So that you can get to here and work through this.
Yeah. And then you'll be able to communicate what your needs are, so you won't be.
So you won't feel
empty. Nice.
Okay.
See, this is why we work together.
We do work well
We
together.
really do. We cook well together.
I know, we just ate dinner here right before.
We did.
It was excellent.
Yes.
We had 2 dinners today, didn't we?
We did.
Well, Happy New Year. We should do 2 dinners all the time.
We should. It was like the Hobbits with second breakfast.
Yeah.
Can I pull a moon card?
11sies? Yeah, of course.
11sies. Wee! Ooh, all right. We got 2 moons, too. Let's see what we got. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo, which is kind of like what I was saying earlier.
Yes, that was your original interpretation.
That was my original interpretation, so I think that's kind of interesting. So that energy must be
and
out
that
there.
holds true.
It does.
I mean, it still holds
it
true.
Does. I like your interpretation of it because, see, you as a masculine, you really truly understand that masculine energy that I just don't fully grasp. I mean, I see it in action, and I see it in action through
No,
you.
you always got 7 bowls in front of you.
I do. It's always there. So that's what I was saying. Like, and I do feel like that this is for the collective, and this might even be just from, you know, like the masculines that have been running our country in America, like, you know, like things that have been going on, and like the masses, and that this is a very patriarchal society that we live in. And I feel like that's what this is saying, like that, like don't get hung up in the
But that's not divine masculine, that's more macho.
well, that's what I'm saying, like don't get hung up in spreading your seed. Pay more attention to what's divinity is. Don't let pride get in your way. Like that's kind of like where I was going with that. So, but I like the way you read it too. And the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So here you go with your 3 of Wands. The answers you need are coming.
Good.
So it's coming in, like I said. And it could also be with, like what you were saying, with the 8 of Wands is, you know, like that's what that is. It's clearing out so this can come in.
Well, in me personally, I was burnt out by the end of last week. I mean, for a lot of things going on in my life. And I do feel like this week ahead for me is going to bring answers, because I'm going to have more, you know, I'm going to be able to incorporate more tranquility into my life.
Yeah.
Not that I'm making this personal, but
right, but no,
you know,
it's relatable.
It's relatable.
The energy is there, and the energy is to be read, and it should be relatable somewhat. And even saying this, like I feel like this, don't let the pride get in your way. I think when that does, you're unable to really tap into you're really unable to tap into all this you have going on the inside, and you're reflecting this outward. So it comes as fighting and conflict, and
well, sure, and
conflict
this is
with
about
others.
pride.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like, you know, like where we have like these fights and arguments in this, you know, like you said, like that macho energy, that you know, toxic masculinity or whatever, that, you know, like keeps people under their thumb, and, you know, you do this way, and that controlling type energy. And that's what that is.
Right. And you don't want to be macho. You want to be
that.
the calm executive.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Because that is what a true masculine is.
Yep. Yes. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Okay. You want to throw an animal on this fire?
Sure.
We're both vegetarians, so that seems strange to say.
Well, I'm a pescatarian, so I'll throw fish on the fire.
Okay.
No. Let's see. Here we go. go.
There you go.
Dolphin play. Play. Look at that.
Play.
Swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow. Got it?
Yes.
So there's your 4 cups. There's your cups energy. It's reminding you to play.
Here we go. I think I got the light out of it
Because
now.
the dolphins is water. Water is cups.
That's it.
Yep. But so much fire. And the water is going to help balance out the fire a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of fire in here.
A lot of fire in here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, with these 2 and then the wands and then the 5 and the 3. And then the only cups you have here is like your cup is empty. So if you add a little fun in there, and having a little fun also adds tranquility because, I don't know, it just clears out some of that heaviness.
And you know what is a big part of play? Communication.
Yes. Yes.
Play is where we learn to communicate when we're kids.
Yeah. That's true. I never really thought about that.
Sure. I mean, our parents communicate at us, but it's among our peers when we're playing that we really learn our communication skills to a pretty good degree.
Yeah, that's actually a really excellent point. That's a really good point.
Well, I think it's interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. You're so smart.
Oh, stop it. You're the wise one. Okay, connection time?
Sure. Let's bring it.
Ooh, these cards are hot. All that fire. Maybe a little water on there.
It's just gonna say put that out. All right. How do we start?
That was pretty crazy, getting the Emperor and the Sun.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I've been getting the Sun, like, for the past 6 months, I've been getting the Sun and the Chariot.
Huh.
Like, so often together.
Wow.
In readings. Which are pretty strong cards to get together.
Yeah, they are. All right, let's see.
But that's for another video. I could do a whole video on all the writing I've done about those 2 together.
That's interesting.
Yeah, maybe we should do that.
We should.
Because we talk a lot about cards between ourselves.
We do talk a lot. And even like if we pick a card and just like start talking about it, like we were talking about the 4 cups.
Yeah, all week we were talking about it.
Yeah, we were talking about the 4 cups all week.
So of course,
this is part of our communication, and it's play, and we're learning.
Yeah, we are.
Look at that.
We're learning.
You've helped my reading exponentially. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You used it right.
Okay, good.
I didn't even read until I met you, so.
Oh, you mean cards?
I wasn't illiterate.
It's like, what? All right, let's see.
Go ahead.
Connection. All right, the 2 of Pentacles. Look at that. Knight of Swords.
Ooh, the Knight of Swords. See, now in a spiritual setting,
Judgment.
I think the Knight of Swords is like a profound coming together of a lot of different things. Like, I don't know. It's good.
Go on.
Well, you have your 2 of Pentacles, which is balance, juggling things, flexibility, which is good. You know, that's your basic connection. But this Knight of Swords, that is, that seems like a precursor of something, like where everything kind of assembles at the right moment in the right time for something more profound to happen. And what's this?
Judgment.
Judgment. Dum dum dum. Judgment. Judgment, which is also karma and awakening, or perhaps reawakening. I don't know. More like a reawakening, like a reanimation in the traditional tarot.
Like coming back
Can't
to
tell
life.
what this imagery is. See, and it's like, it is like a would you call that a reanimation or a reawakening? Like how the spirit is like lifting from her.
It's almost like she's
I mean, the traditional tarot,
free.
you're they're raising the dead. I mean, literally.
Yeah, they are.
So it is
It's
a
Judgment Day.
reanimation.
Yeah, it's
right.
like Judgment Day.
But this, it's like flowing from her, and it's very, almost like very watery, which is not how I would
put judgment.
Yeah. I don't know. What trying to think of what so judgment is actually fire.
Is it? Okay. Yeah.
Judgment is fire in crown chakra.
Okay.
So I could definitely see the crown chakra there, but this rendition of the card itself seems very more watery.
It does.
But of course, it's a major arcana. It's not tied to any specific.
And that's interesting because I thought of it more air.
Oh, really? Yeah. The spirit lifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
More air, like just kind of like free flowing, kind of. Yeah, I get, like Brian was saying, the Two of Pentacles. This really reminds me of the Temperance card. I mean, it's to me, it's almost like the same. Like this is this card on Earth. This is like this is this in the tangible. Pentacles is the Earth energy, and it's a very tangible world. It's the tangible world where the Temperance is more spiritual. It's more etheric. And I mean, this is even an angel. It's not even a human, but this is very, very human in how we deal with the earth and with the spirit. So how we put the two worlds together, how we have our inner world and our outer world, our human self and our spirit self, and how we kind of put those two things together. So it doesn't surprise me that this is for the connection, because it's kind of like putting those two things together, the masculine and the feminine. It's all the different dualities of
the love on earth with the divine
love.
Yes,
exactly, like the human love or earthly love
with the divine connection.
Yes, exactly. So it's kind of like all of those little pieces, parts together. And for me, the Knight of Swords, like you were saying, it's like it's like all the ideas you have, all the information you have, you now know where you want to place it. You know where you want it to go.
You're ready to act.
Right. So it's like moving forward in that. And look how it's almost like this excitement. He's waiting, and he's got this crow flying with him. He's running to that motorcycle. He's just going to jump on and freaking head out and fly out and just go to it.
Right. Everything's come together in his head, and he's ready to act.
He's ready to do it.
It's funny. You said this reminded you of Temperance. And this, especially this rendition of it, made me think, I put my cards away. Oh. Or do you have them over there?
No,
here they are.
There.
This actually, surprisingly, made me think of this, which is very strange. But the fast movement.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know, something about it.
So this was from the feminine and this was from the masculine reading. Interesting.
And I would never equate swords with wands like that. But in this sense, I think...
Well, they're both masculine energies, too.
Yes, they are. This being...
Air,
but also being... I tend to think of this as intangible, and wands as more tangible. Action. This being the thought, and this being the action. But the Knight of Swords especially is one of the swords cards that actually implies action to me.
Okay.
Because like you said, it's like you've gathered your thoughts, and now you're ready to act. And the running to the motorcycle in this rendition totally signifies that.
Ready to jump on the steed and fly away.
Right. His thoughts are so... I mean, he has the drive of a knight, but his thoughts are so well-formed that he's raring to go.
So he's got that page energy, the excitement of the page.
So how does that work with this? Because, is it saying that because we have formed that balance, that
we're ready to move.
That we're ready
move
to.
on. Yep.
That the connection
Yep.
is. The
And-
connection is so solid here. I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
That's okay.
Connection is so solid here that it's ready to take action.
Yeah. And it's going to release what no longer serves.
There you go.
So all old paradigms, all old crap that we believed in, you know, the last
We can let it go
years, yeah, we can release it and free it.
because we know where we are.
Yep. Because we've come into balance, because we're balancing out, and we have our thoughts clearer on where we want to go, and we're setting that intention, and we're gonna come back to life. We're gonna shed our old lives and kind of like reap what we sow, like you said about karma. Karma isn't just about, like, you know, karma is checks and balances. Karma is like, you know, you pay $2, you get $2 kind of thing. It's like keeping everything in balance. It has to. You can't have the scales tipping so far one way, because if you do, it's gonna have to tip the other way. It has to, by nature.
And when your connection is balanced,
Mm-hmm.
then you're ready to grow.
Mm-hmm.
You're ready to move forward.
Mm-hmm. And it just naturally happens. Once you find that balance, the connection already just happens.
So if we look at this with the previous two readings, the
Mm-hmm.
feminine and the masculine,
Mm-hmm.
the feminine we found was in a position where they're looking to balance out
Mm-hmm.
and having faith in their ability to move forward
Mm-hmm.
with everything around them. The masculine is strong but needs a bit of a
Rest.
rejuvenation.
Mm-hmm.
How do you? But what we see here is that nonetheless they're still in balance.
Mm-hmm.
They're still strong.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because the feminine energy, it was the King of Cups and the Seven of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Water is the feminine energy. So that divine feminine is just sitting in there. It's just implied.
True.
So we didn't need to necessarily see like the Empress or the moon. You know, it's already implied that we're sitting in our feminine energy,
Mm-hmm.
because we're sitting more in our emotions, and emotions is very feminine based. Make sense?
Yeah. I want to pull another tarot card.
Yeah,
for
go
this.
for it. I was hoping you would.
I feel like there's just.
There's more.
I feel like there's something more.
Mm-hmm. This is for the connection, right?
Oh, weird. Seven of Wands. No, I think that works.
Yep.
Because we're standing our ground.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have this, we know we can stand our ground against whatever comes.
Yeah. Keeping ourselves protected, not worrying about what other people's expectations are or what other people's opinions are. It really is standing your ground. It's knowing it's having a sense of who you are. You know what your connection is. You know, you know it. It doesn't matter even what the other person is saying. If you're in connection with this person, or you're not in connection with your counterpart, you know what it is. Deep down, and you know if it's not right. You know it. And if you don't want to hear that it's not right, it's probably because deep down you know it and you're afraid to face it. And that's okay. That's just where you are. Just kind of own it and be there. Right?
Right. Well, and this is saying also whatever, you've achieved a lot, and whatever comes to challenge that, you can handle it.
Yeah.
Because, you're strong.
Yeah.
I pulled a couple trees. Look what I got again.
Oh, look at that. Love it. Come together.
Come together. which is just a beautiful card.
It really
we get
is.
the light
I
out of
love
that.
that. It's like, it is. It's the yin and the yang to me.
And with Come Together, I got Just Be.
Aw.
And I think that's... I like it this way.
Yeah.
Just Be.
Yeah, I like that because even with this, now with this Come Together, it's like you're coming together as one and you're just going to kind of weather the storm.
You can handle anything.
Yeah. You weather the storm. And if you need to burn some shit, you burn some shit.
That's right. Moon?
Moon.
There we go.
I keep getting two.
2 every time.
Let's see. Emotions are running high. Supermoon.
That's the leftovers from last year, I think.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I was gonna say this is like the divine feminine energy.
Well, I'm glad you said that.
Well, the masculine you don't know yet because you haven't gotten there yet. So
Okay.
we'll
see.
Prosperity lies ahead. New moon in Taurus.
Well, there we go, and we have the
See?
new moon.
Yep. Yes, we do.
Out with the old, in with the new.
Yep.
Yay.
Yay.
Prosperity.
Yay. Balance.
Well, that's just fantastic.
Nice. Love it.
Animal?
Animal. Oh, you didn't do any of your water cards.
No, should I take one of these animals for this connection?
Let's go for it.
Let's do
a
it.
different one.
This is a new deck, too. This is Whispers of the Ocean Oracles by Angela Hartfield.
I think I have another one of her decks.
It's a beautiful deck.
It is a really nice deck.
Now, this is brand new, and they're a little sticky. I mean, I went through them a couple times, but they still have that new deck stick to them, so we'll see if I can get a card to jump out.
You have to pick one.
Well, no, that's way too many.
He makes fun of me.
No, I never make fun of you.
It's only good fun.
Gliding through currents. Interesting. I like that. Let's see. Make sure you can see the image. And let me read this to you. I need my light to read. And we have gliding through currents. With a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease, going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. Let me read that again. With a different gliding through currents, with a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease, going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. I like that.
I do too.
It's kind of like I say sometimes, surfing the flow.
Yep. I'm like surfing.
Surfing the flow.
Surfing.
Surfing. There you go.
And doing the inner work.
Yes.
I love that.
It's
That's
like
card
like we say with the Three of Swords sometimes, like you have to let your emotions flow through you. Surfing the flow.
Yeah.
Channel. Gliding through currents by channeling your energy and your emotions and your flow.
Yeah.
But I like how it implies being flexible.
Yeah.
You know, understanding yourself enough to adjust your behaviors and your perspective as things are coming through. Like I was saying, you know, in the masculine reading, we were saying the masculine may need a moment of tranquility to refresh and rejuvenate.
Well, the feminine might be so emotional and she just doesn't know what to do with that information.
Right. but it's not that we need something externally to help us through it.
Mm-hmm.
We could find it from within,
Mm-hmm.
just by changing our perspective, our behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like that's how I got through the end of the year.
Changing your perspective.
Yeah.
Mm.
And my behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I think both of us have.
Yeah.
I mean, we've both had so much going on
Yeah.
lately. And like
Yeah.
I said before, I mean, everyone I know seems to be going through so much.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like
Yeah.
this end of year had a lot going on.
Yeah.
But we're here.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah, we did. We're starting a new
I'm
year.
feeling so ready and good about this coming year. Feel like we have a lot of work to do.
I was just going to say that. It feels like there's a lot to sort through. There's a lot of work to do.
But it doesn't feel daunting. In fact, I feel like I'm looking forward to get back to work after a lot of distracting, a lot of unexpected, or I felt like a lot was asked of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you probably feel that way too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot was asked by, work, family, the universe,
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like now we are ready.
Tired.
We're tired and
I'm
exhausted,
tired.
but we're not afraid to work hard either. Like
Yeah.
we're not,
Yeah, no.
but now we want to concentrate on working for ourselves. Like
Yes.
we've done a lot of work for a lot of external needs, and now it's time to get back to what where we
self.
really work best is in it's got to start with yourself.
Yeah.
If you can't be strong or help others if you're not there for yourself.
Right. If that cup,
it has to begin
the
there.
cups are empty, and it's interesting that the masculines are the ones that have the empty cups, while the feminines have the overabundance of the cups.
Yeah.
So, which kind of tells me that even just as an individual, probably like from an energetic basis, in doing all the things, like the action is the masculine energy. So no wonder why the masculine energy is so depleted, where the feminine is just sitting in the flow, and it's like all this stuff is coming at her and she's just like, what the fuck is all happening here? So, the feminine in me is overloaded while the masculine in me is completely freaking wiped. So I wonder if it's even that energy as well, that it's so much of an overflow of one where it's an empty cup in the other, which really, if you think about it, is a balance, because you have an empty and an overflow. So with the overflow, allow it to fill into the masculine's cup. And then this way it will help balance that, bring that back into balance. So allow your feminine overflow to flow it into your masculine, into your own internal masculine self, as well as into your connection. Give it to the masculine energy, because the masculine energy needs it to reboot, to regroup. Right? That makes sense?
Yeah.
That's the coming together.
Well, and that's what you're kind of saying is like the masculine is kind of feeling emotionally spent, while the feminine is more, overwhelmed emotionally.
Yeah. It is. It's the opposite side of the same coin.
And that's the way it works.
Yep.
The feminine is receptive and the masculine is more projective.
Mm-hmm.
And now we need that moment to equalize.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Nice. We good?
I'm good. I
All
think
right.
that's a nice place to end.
Yeah, I do too. All right,
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you, Brian, for being with me again today. This was
My
a really
pleasure.
good reading. Yeah, I like reading with you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I enjoy this too.
Yeah, good. We're gonna have to be doing. You'll probably be seeing more of this in the new year. How's that?
Good.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Like I said, have a great week. Like, share, subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. All right, take care. Many blessings. Bye-bye.